cats, what's happening? Welcome to the man cave. Oh, yeah, for those of you who have been watching my videos are thinking, wait a minute, Itchy, this isn't your man cave. Well, this is the original man cave. Yeah, many years ago, before we had the garage, this was it. We had to work in the basement. So right now, this basement workshop is mostly for home stuff, for fixing stuff in the house. You know, little knickknacks, odds and ends, things that I might have to repair, things I might have to do. It's just minimal tools, you know, some stuff on the wall there. But I show you some of the stuff that I have down here that may be of interest. But anyway, holidays coming up. The tree is up finally. I put the tree up yesterday. A little bit of a chore, but it's done. And I was just down here working on those a string of mini lights. You know, you get like a 25-foot string of those lights, and half of them are burned out. And they give you a little packet with extra light bulbs. They give you little fuses, you know, that you can put in the plug thing. And I try everything, and I can't get them to work. So I come to the conclusion, just throw the darn things away and buy a new string of mini lights for the tree. But we had enough to do the tree this year anyway. So, but I think I'm going to have to pick up some more mini lights before next Christmas. So, let me give you a tour of the place. This is where it all started. This corner here used to be my wood carving station. You say wood carving station, you carved? Yeah, I did some wood carving. Actually, this little cabinet here I've got filled with wood carving tools. All kinds of different knives and blades and you name it. Down here I got more stuff. I've got my hammer, chisel hammer that I use for, you know, beating on the chisels, some other different chisels and stuff down here. But yeah, I actually carved my cigar store Indian down here that now sits up in the dining room and overlooks the dining room table. Never did finish that project, but I finished it enough that it's now displayed upstairs. Would I ever finish it? I'd like to someday if I had a lot of spare time on my hand to sit down here and tinker with it. I got this great big ash log when I was working. You know, we used to cut a lot of trees, and I was the sawman, and this was a pretty big tree. But I cut this slab off of it, and I was going to make a table out of it, but as you can see, it's still pretty rough. It needs a lot of sanding on there. I need to get a belt sander on it or something and rip it down smooth. And then maybe I can put some epoxy on it or something. I might even fill the cracks with, you know, some epoxy filler, and I can make a table out of it someday. Again, you know, you ask yourself, when do you have time to do all of this? I've got some other stuff over here. This under the radio is actually a couple of hollow logs, and I thought I would make an Indian drum out of those one day. Get some rawhide and strap around them and boom, 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 make an Indian drum. I never did. I got some old pieces of barn beam. That's a big piece of cottonwood, a solid piece of cottonwood that I actually waxed the ends so it would dry without splits in it, and I was going to carve something out of that. And it's a nice piece of wood for carving. The cottonwood is a softer wood, so it's easy to carve, but I probably never will carve out of it. I was going to give it to a guy that was an excellent carver, and Mr. Charles Popio. Unfortunately, he got cancer and passed away, so I was never able to get that to him so he could carve something out of it. This Goodyear tire sign I found in the bottom of a lake. We drained a lake out, and it was buried in the mud. You know, we were dredging some of the muck out of this lake, and all of a sudden they hit something, and I hold on. I run down there and I grab hold of it and pulled it out of the mud, and here it was a Goodyear Tires sign, solid metal. It's got the enamel finish on it, and I don't know, it's really got some corrosion on it or something. I don't know. I think I can clean some of this off with, a razor blade knife. I've tried scraping on it a little bit and I've been successful, so I might work on that. Got a map of the Black Hills in South Dakota. Yeah, Rapid City, Sturgis, Deadwood, and you go down here to Custer State Park. Yeah, just kind of a little memoir. This sign, we were remodeling an old concession booth, and I salvaged that out of the trash. So I put this verse on here: trust in the Lord with all your heart, lean not into your own understanding, and acknowledge in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he will guide your path. And I've always kind of stood by that Bible verse. Oh, what do I else got here? Just some wooden poles, some birch. I might use these things to make picture frames or something. And they make cool picture frames. I got a piece of bamboo, a hickory stick, just some odd things that, when I used to do a lot of woodworking and a lot of crafty stuff, those things came in handy. I used to work on the bike over here too. You can still see the oil stains on the floor from where it had the motorcycle down here, and it used to drip a lot of oil. Moving down the line, I just got some scrap wood here, mostly some cedar and some oak, some more barn beam pieces that I may or may not ever do something with. Up on top of this cabinet, I got some old plastic models, and they've been destroyed over the years. This one lost its wheels, but I had this custom van that, it had a custom interior and everything. And I did the Todd Rundgren Utopia on this side. And I painted on one of the Todd Rundgren albums, Raw, on that side. It's pretty much demolished. I had a 57 Chevy with a 425 that I had fixed up pretty cool, but it's been destroyed over the years. First place in a car rally. Yeah, we went on a car rally many years ago, and I think the date is on there, 1989 it says. So, what the heck is a car rally? Well, there was a team of us in one vehicle, and there was a bunch of other vehicles with teams in it, and they give you a time slot to take off. They give you a map or a route, and then there was like 25 clues that you had to find along that route. And it took a few hours, you had to be careful. And the clues were in order, but as you went along, you had to find clue number one, and it might say something about a rooster, and so you'd have to look for a rooster, and you'd be like, what the heck are they talking about? A rooster, everybody keep your eyes peeled, look for a rooster. And you're looking, in people's yards and there's driveways and mailboxes, and all of a sudden there's a sign with a big red rooster on it. We're like, there it is, write it down. The sign at blah 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 street, with the red rooster. And then you go to clue number 2, which I don't remember what they all were, but it could be a church, it could be a I don't know, a bell or something, or they were all different. Anyway, I won first place on that with my team, so I was pretty happy about that. This old workbench has stuff going way back. I need to go through it and clean it out one day because it's just got a lot of junk. I mean, I got my muskrat stretchers up here and my fishing thing. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I don't even use anymore. This sign up here was my grandfather's. He had that was on his property, and a piece of birch bark from my other grandfather's property up in Minnesota, where it was all birch trees everywhere. I've actually got a rattlesnake skin here I was going to make a headband out of that, but it dried out and it was very difficult to work with. And then I've got a what used to be a screech owl. The feathers kind of disappeared, and all that was left was the skeleton of the thing. So, but the feet are still there, and all of that. I've also got like a hawk foot here. This is a really cool thing, and those things are sharp, man. I don't know what I would ever do with it. They say they, use those for witchcraft or whatever, and I'm not into that. But just something that I thought was cool, that I've saved through the years. I've also got some old car emblems that were peeled off of old vehicles in the junkyard. The GMC, the Turnpike engine, the Mercury Cougar emblem. Oh, there's the Mercury head too. No, I just collected them over the years from the time I was a kid, and didn't know what to do with them, so I put them up there on the workbench, and they've been up there ever since. You might have noticed these. I had a couple of model airplanes hanging up here that I built also many years ago. And they just dangle up there. I'm just fond of them. I can't throw them away, It's like, okay, I made them when I was a kid, but I still have them, like toys. I got a whole bunch of leather here, bags of leather scraps, and black leather here, and leather tooling stuff down here, craft stuff, more craft stuff down underneath there, which I don't do much craft stuff anymore. But it's there. If I ever needed it, I could go back to it again. You may remember this wall from some of my earlier videos. This used to be the backdrop for some really old videos that I used to do. I've got the Camel Filters poster from Sturgis. Yeah, Jimi Hendrix. Old style light. I don't even know if they make that anymore. Joe Walsh. Just some old antique stuff. So yeah, there you go, the old man cave. When I built the house, I neatly tucked this basement entry in right beside the front entrance to the porch. So, in most purposes, you never even know it's there. Well, thanks for joining me today. It's a beautiful day today. It's probably close to 40 degrees anyways. The sun's shining bright. Feels good. Just a little chilly though. Holiday season, so we've got some plans. We're going to head out here in a little bit and hook up with some old friends and hopefully have a fun evening. So thanks for joining me, and until next time guys, take it easy. I'll catch you all later.